This is Required Watching, where we watch the essential films from the list of cinematic influencers and look at them through the lens of learning about filmmaking and how to move forward. I'm your host, Trey Epps, and this movie is directed by Michael B. Jordan, written by Keenan Coogler, Ryan Coogler, and Zach Balin, starring Michael B. Jordan, Tessa Thompson, and Jonathan Majors, Felicia Rashad, and the actress who plays the daughter. This is Creed 3.
Because this is a war. It's a fight. It's a battle.
So, how long have you known each other?
We was like brothers.
The plot follows Adonis Creed, who is now retired from boxing and promoting his protege, world champion Felix Chavez, in a match against Victor Drago. Adonis reluctantly invites his best friend Damien, who's just popped out of prison and is a former boxing champion, to spar with Chavez. But Damien's aggressive style draws scorn between Chavez and Duke, and during a fight, Damien fights dirty but knocks Chavez out, winning the undisputed heavyweight championship. Donnie visits his mother, who shows him letters that Damien has written him while he was in jail, that she kept for him due to believing he was a bad influence. Donnie realizes Damien orchestrated the attack on Drago, making him the opponent, and confronts him and confesses to his wife Bianca the truth about their past. To bring Damien down, Donnie comes out of retirement and challenges him for the championship, winning the match and reconciling with Damien. Oh, baby. So I love Creed. I think I love what Michael B. Jordan is currently doing, or let me back up. I like what Creed is doing for Michael B. Jordan. I love what Creed has done for Ryan Coogler and Ludwig, in the same way that Rocky did for Sylvester Stallone. I think, and I could be mixing up stories here, but I think Sylvester Stallone kind of came up with Rocky and wrote it historically in like a super, like really, really quickly. And of all the things, this is something that he's like most known for. And I think it really pushed his career and broke him in a way that was different and on his own terms, etc. And I think with the first Creed coming out, Ryan Coogler, I'm going to include Ludwig again, and Michael B. Jordan on this, I think it allowed them to take the reins back. Not necessarily in their own careers, although now I think it is, but it allowed them to break through in a way that was piggybacking on the legacy of, a franchise that did the exact same thing for its star. And Ryan Coogler, of course, is, most recently done Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and has done a lot of other amazing films. Please check out Ryan Coogler. And Michael B. Jordan, who, of course, as an actor, has done a lot of amazing things. So I truthfully love, I love that this film is continuing to live on. You may have heard recently that the Creediverse, I don't know, the universe of Creed may be expanding, with Michael B. Jordan kind of helming perhaps anime, which I am all about anime at the moment. So yes, please. And I think maybe other TV projects that I read. It's exciting. It's exciting to see the reins get passed down from Ryan Coogler to Michael B. Jordan. And from the interviews that I've read and watched, he seems to really be enjoying this like head of department role as well, right? Like he wants to shape his future. He wants to shape his roles. He wants to be able to, to captain his own ship. And I respect him for that. I have early on in Michael B. Jordan's career, I had a wonderful conversation when I was in the casting department of a certain TV show, and he's so nice. And we talked. I remember talking about this very thing of not Creed, of course, but like being able to be ambitious enough. I remember him being really, really ambitious and talking about how he wants to head out on his own career. Right? We definitely talked about those kinds of things. So I support Michael B. Jordan every single day. I think he does no wrong, and I think when you have him and Jonathan Majors in a franchise like this, it's amazing. And obviously, obviously Jonathan Majors only goes from strength to strength, and it's a weird like blessing and a curse that Lovecraft Country got canceled, right? Because that got canceled, and he's on Loki, and Jonathan Majors is absolutely everywhere, and I can't wait to see Magazine Dreams really come out, and hopefully, I don't know, man. I think his trajectory is already off the charts, man, and I just really want to see. I want to see Jonathan Majors shine. I think he's. I don't want to say character actors. I think that may be a phrase more used for comedians, but I think he is. I think he's an actor who really loves a challenge. Again, who really loves his craft the same way Michael B. Jordan does, and someone who really enjoys embodying characters. I mean, I'm not talking about the Kang of it all. He plays Kang in the variants of Kang very differently. But I mean, take the superhero stuff away, right? Like I watched him on in this movie and thought, oh, it feels like he's doing it feels like he's doing I shouldn't say an impression of Ryan Coogler, but it feels like he was doing Ryan Coogler, right? Like he felt like he was embodying them streets. It felt like he was most definitely taking on like amalgamations of like these characters, right? And making it something that was really stuffed into Damien. Anyways, I remember reading something about how this film has a few different languages, and I wasn't exactly sure how they would handle it before watching. But we're talking about, we're talking about English and ASL, and I only just learned that BASL existed, Black American Sign Language, and I don't know if there was a difference in this film. I would not be shocked if I heard that they did use BASL. I would love for them to have actually, but I think the way they handle and continue to handle the entire thread of Tessa Thompson, losing her hearing, and that obviously it's been passed down to the child, and how they really demonstrate the accessibility, and they don't necessarily point it out in a way of it being a problem. They highlight it. They show it functioning in the world. Of course, these are people with money, people with power, people who can do anything they want, including have glass floors so you can see below. But what was important is that it showed that I think it was important that it didn't harp on it. Period. Again, I think that makes it really, really special. I think also what I found interesting, I'm not sure if this happens in the first two films, but I think the fighting styles between Jonathan Majors and Creed, or Michael B. Jordan in this, was really interesting. The way they were blocking, the way they, the anime inspiration of it all, super interesting, and really allowed a depth to the film that I don't think would have been there. I also think I don't know, the fight styles, the way they were shooting the fights, became part of the film language, right? It's a boxing movie, of course it does, but I feel like Michael B. Jordan made some really cool choices in order to get us through them and not make it feel like in a boxing movie that we're just watching an hour and a half, 2 hours of boxing. Because that's not what it was about. It was about these two human beings coming from different worlds, having to share this like trauma, honestly, and come together and fight each other with that trauma in the ring. I think that's really beautiful. And the way it handles these tropes of like toxic masculinity, black masculinity, of like not wanting to talk about our issues, not wanting to talk about a way to process our feelings and emotions. I know that isn't necessarily is a mainstay of Black culture, but it is of many cultures, of men just not wanting to talk about their issues, talk about their feelings. And I understand Bianca's frustration when Michael B. Jordan wasn't want to talk about it. I understand the frustration when Damien continued to not want to talk about it until he got what he wanted. Crazy. I just love the layers of this. I think this movie's incredibly sexy. I think I'm so happy we're starting to embrace the male physique the way movies have done recently. I mean, Michael B. Jordan, Jonathan Majors are stacked, man. Like I left the theater doing push-ups, just to doing lunges and whatnot, just to make sure that I was keeping my body fit, because I can't be having these guys out here looking like that, and I'm over here with with what I got going on. That's not to say, like, listen, Tessa Thompson, the beauty in Tessa Thompson, I want her to do more films like this, more films where she's leading. To be perfectly honest, I think we don't see enough Tessa Thompson in leading roles, because I think she's such a grounded actress who has such a interesting way of portraying the different characters that she does. From, you know, Thor, if you want to talk about that recent roles, to this. We need more of her, because I think she's truly special. Anyways, I didn't even do any fun facts for this. I'm just over here blabbering. Listen, what do you think about Creed 3? Tell me you watched it. Tell me you're into it. If you're not, let me know why. Like, what's up? What's up? You don't like sports movies? You don't like boxing movies? What's up? What's going on? You don't like Rocky and Creed? Oh, last thing I guess I should say is, what do you think? How do you think this is going to continue? Right? Creed retired and came out of retirement. You would think my man retired again. So what's the next movie looking like? Maybe there isn't a next movie for a while, but maybe there is. Anyways, then would it be called Creed? Would it just be called whatever the next? Would it be called like Drago or something like that? Anyways, if you like what you're hearing, if you like what you're watching, be sure to like and subscribe. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you're thinking, what you're feeling. This is a movie club. So let's talk movies and TV shows and any other types of consumable media. Until next time, peace.
Say there are some beautiful shots of your sweat, slow-mo, bouncing off your back. Is that sort of from your anime love?
Yes.
Talk to me about how anime informed the way you placed the camera and shot the movie.
So usually in anime, when the protagonist and antagonist are fighting, physically they're trying to take each other's heads off. They're trying to kill each other. They're trying to win the physical battle. But emotionally, they're usually someplace quiet. And they're talking about how they feel, because fighting was the only way they can communicate with one another.
Tell me though, if you were a total layman, you've never seen anything, you've never seen, Neon Genesis, Evangelion, you've not seen a thing, what are your go-to, here's what you start suggestions?
One Piece, Dragon Ball, Naruto, Bleach, Hunter x Hunter. That's a pretty good starting 5.
There are some outstanding shots in the previous films as well. I think there was a 2-minute or 2-round fight?
Yeah.
It was one single take?
Yeah, we did a one on that.
And you did it 13 times?
I'm about to say the 13th take. You got it. You're good. Yeah, it was the 13th take. Let's go, boy. Let's go, boy. At that point, you're exhausted, and you're just like, hey, man, let's hope we got it. But we're fine-tuning it. Every take, you're fine-tuning it. You're missing, and then, yeah, it was awesome. And that's, I love oneers, and me and Ryan, whenever we can, we try to build in a oneer somewhere. So that was something that we were really proud of.